Do theropod dinosaurs live in packs? No, not necessarily. They live as what is known as a gang. Like today, animals like Komodo dragons, sharks, crocodiles, they live as what is known as a gang. There is a difference between a gang or a mob or whatever and a pack. A pack is like a social hierarchy that you see with like lions, wolves, and killer whales and dogs. I'm just using them as an example. Mammals live in packs. With birds and reptiles and dinosaurs, it's completely different. You know, usually like the larger specimen, like let's just say a Komodo dragon for example. If a Komodo dragon bites, let's just say a buffalo, as always, then the rest of the Komodo dragons will come over and then they'll start to nip at the buffalo, and sometimes the Komodo dragons will fight over the buffalo, even if the buffalo is alive, I think. At least I believe so. Now it's the same thing with dinosaurs too. Like in that episode of JFC, Jurassic Fight Club, although yes, inaccurate, they show lots of specimens of Deinonychus that were that were dead Deinonychus that was right next to a Tyrannosaurus. Scientists say that these Deinonychus were fighting over the Tyrannosaurus. The Tyrannosaurus did not kill the Deinonychus, and I'm just using that as an example. Now it's the same with implied with Mapusaurus. If a Mapusaurus bit a Argentinosaurus by the leg, then the rest of the mob or gang will, or the rest of them would come over and they will attack the animal. And then after that, they would, after they finish the carcass, they just go their separate ways. It's same apply with sharks. It's same apply with Komodo dragons again. Like I said, they're crocodilians, etc. Gangs and mobs are completely different from each other. However, the only birds that would live in, I guess you could say, packs in this case is the I forget the name, the caracara. But I don't know why it lives in packs more than other birds. But yeah. But it's also, yeah. And also, again, I forgot with birds. Before I mentioned the caracara, also vultures too. Vultures, you know, they live in like groups. I mean, well, not groups, but they like if there's like a carcass, they will mob it together and they will feast over the carcass and they'll fight it over. And then after that, vultures would just go their separate ways. You know, it's just like with bears too. Although yes, bears are mammals, but they're not pack animals. Every time that there's a salmon season, lots of bears will come over and they will compete against the salmon. They'll fight over a spot or whatever. Now that's not necessarily it's a pack or anything. It's just a fishing season. It's like the same thing with other animals too. So yeah, like so basically theropod dinosaurs like tyrannosaurids, allosauroids, dromaeosaurs, etc., they don't have that pack mentality. Most of the time, the larger theropods mostly have brains that are crocodilian like. So, yeah. And I think even the Walking with Dinosaurs episode, Utah Raptor episode, they kind of treat it as more like a mob, although the narrator said the rest of the pack. But they didn't really have like a pack mentality. In that episode, there was a juvenile that was very impatient, and he, well, was trying to compete with the adults, but the adults ate first because they're bigger and they're stronger. The juvenile had to wait for his turn. So yeah.